Hey everyone, this is Laura Gadenik with Laura Gadenik Astrology, and I'm here to give you the astrology for the week of November 22nd through the 29th, 2020. Before I get started on the 22nd, I realized in my last video I totally forgot to cover something really important that happened on the 21st, which is that the sun entered Sagittarius. This is a really important moment astrologically whenever the sun changes signs. It's kind of like a shift in our focus and our conscious awareness and kind of the environment that we're in or the mood that we're in with those around us. Um, so I just wanted to go over kind of a few things about the sun in Sagittarius. So this is a time of year about hope, inspiration, and belief. Um, this is the time of year where we're heading into winter. Sagittarius is the final season or month before the beginning of winter, and I think it's the furthest away from spring. The opposite of Sagittarius is Gemini, which is the beginning of spring. So, you know, the growth on the trees and in the gardens and abundance is as far away as it can be at this time. So, what does Sagittarius have to rely on? What can they look forward to? They have to rely on hope, on faith, on the idea that good times will come again, that abundance will come again. Otherwise, it would just be uh, really dark and maybe a little bit scary and fear-based. So that's kind of where the Sun in Sagittarius gets those themes is this idea that hope is the only thing that is reliable. Um, Sagittarius is the teacher, and really the philosopher, the traveler, the adventurer. If you know any Sagittarians in your life, you might recognize a couple of these characteristics in them, being interested in talking about philosophy or really broad subjects, or um, religion, even spirituality, these kind of overarching ideas. Sagittarius isn't great with the details, and can get a little overwhelmed by them, even, and sometimes looks past them towards the big picture, uh, can really kind of even ignore the details or ignore other people's perspectives, even for this big picture truth with a capital T. There's this even a sense of searching for truth with a capital T. And that can make Sagittarius um, a bit self righteous and thinking that they're right. And maybe I'm talking about Sagittarius people, people with the sun in Sagittarius. There's this quality of righteousness, of feeling like I'm right. There's no other perspectives. The opposite of Sagittarius, Gemini. Gemini is a sign about perspectives and about seeing things from other people's point of view, whereas Sagittarius is more about what's really true. And so that's one thing to watch out for during this time is maybe feeling a bit self-righteous or thinking that you're right or not considering other people's perspectives or opinions. Um, there's an aspect of being a bit overly confident with the sun in Sagittarius and a bit overly hopeful, really going for things um, when maybe you're not prepared, or you're not really thinking about consequences or costs, or maybe you're overcommitting and you think, oh yeah, I can do that, I can sign up for all of these tasks or these things, but then maybe you spread yourself a little bit too thin. The beauty of Sagittarius, though, is that ability to just go after things um, and to just act on faith, just act on pure belief, like I can do this and I will. And oftentimes that's why Sagittarius gets the reputation of being lucky. There's this luck because there's this natural enthusiasm and vibrance and confidence and belief, self-belief. So there's the two sides of the same coin. On the one hand, it's really beautiful that Sagittarians can be so self-confident and not let boundaries or limits hold them back psychologically and in the world. But on the other hand, sometimes they can get into trouble by taking on too much, or not considering the details of a project, not considering the steps it takes to accomplish something. Um, Something else about Sagittarius, this could be a time where you might be overly direct or overly honest. They have a reputation of getting to the point, of being very blunt, which can be hurtful. So watch out for, and that we probably won't really be dealing with that until Mercury enters Sagittarius, but still something to think about and watch out for. And the reason why Sagittarians are like that, are so blunt and openly honest, is because they expect the same from everyone. Why wouldn't you be honest? Why wouldn't you be blunt and just say what comes to mind? Sagittarius is the life of the party. They're super upbeat, positive, have a really positive outlook on life. This is a time of celebration. The holidays are during. Well, I guess Christmas is technically in Capricorn season, but it's still holiday season. There's this sense of cheer. Um, One another kind of thing to watch out for with Sagittarius, and this could maybe relate more to Sagittarian individuals, um, because there's this focus on positivity, on high-mindedness, on what could be, the possibilities, on belief, on confidence and hope. Sometimes Sagittarius can ignore the darker parts of life, or not want to go there with people, or maybe get a little impatient with people who are suffering. This is kind of like high vibes only club. So, it's something to watch out for. And that's maybe more pertinent to people who have the sun in Sagittarius themselves. But with the sun in the sign of Sagittarius right now, for everyone, some of these themes and qualities might come up in our own psyche, and we have to be careful. Um, we have to be careful of acting out the shadow side of any sign, wherever the sun is, but also embracing the positive qualities of a sign. So for this Sagittarius season, thinking about hope. What brings you hope? What inspires you? Do you believe in yourself? What does that look like? Do you have self-esteem, self-confidence to go after something? Um, how can you utilize that enthusiasm in a positive way for you and your life and your goals? Um, so yeah, that is the Sun in Sagittarius, and that once again was on the 21st. Sincerely apologize for missing that. Moving on Monday the 23rd, we have Mercury and Scorpio making a lovely trine to Neptune in Pisces. So once again, Mercury is the planet of our mind. It's how we communicate, it's how we think, it's how we exchange ideas and get along with other people. It's transportation, like more like local transportation, sometimes technology. Um, and Neptune is the planet of dreams, of glamour, of what we glamorize, of what we aspire for, of what we might even have rose-colored glasses on for. It can be a very ethereal, dreamy, seductive planet. Um, so when these two planets are combined in a harmonious and positive way, this really brings out the best qualities of both. So this is a really imaginative and creative time, great for create things like creative writing, things that involve the mind and communication, and kind of a spiritual essence, or an otherworldly essence, or a very imaginative essence. So creativity is strong at this time, and it would be it's up to you whether you utilize it or not. Nothing's necessarily going to happen to you, but it's up to you how you use the energy. So great for things like meditation, creative writing, anything creative at all, or imaginative, having really connective conversations with others, or feeling like your minds merge with another person, like you feel like you really understand each other. There could be some spiritual insights, or you know, uh, definitely not a day to handle details. Um, Mercury with Neptune can cause some blurriness or some fuzziness, or inattention to detail or maybe missing detail. So just want to point that out. But using this energy more for the creative, imaginative potential is best, probably. Um, let's see. Friday, the 27th, Venus, who just recently entered the sign of Scorpio, is making an opposition to Uranus. So Venus is the planet of love and relationships and how we get along, how we unite. She's the planet of beauty, of friendship, of women. She's the planet of what we love, of what brings us joy. And Uranus is a planet about freedom, about eccentricity, about stepping outside of the box. Um, Uranus can be associated with an outsider quality or doing things a bit different or weird. Um, Uranus is rebellious and has a lot to do with revelation, revolution. So, and also surprises and unexpected change. So, classic interpretation for this aspect is surprises or unexpected changes in love and relationships. Maybe, you know, oppositions are a bit challenging. It's not the most harmonious aspect, and usually can indicate like breaking away from someone. This could definitely be kind of an unexpected breakup situation, or unexpected changes in love and relationships. Maybe um, an unexpected change in status with someone. It could also indicate, kinky or unusual or out of the box sex or lovemaking, like trying some new things out. It could indicate art, things that are beautiful and creative, art that's unusual or weird or freaky or erotic or sensual or luxurious. It could indicate working on some of that stuff. And also, it really depends on what houses Venus rules for you in your personal chart. So, if you're familiar at all with astrology, so Venus rules over Taurus and Libra. So, looking at the house cusps that have Taurus and Libra, and knowing those house topics will be very helpful, because those topics will be highlighted and will come up as well. Uh, so, that is Friday the 27th. And then, Friday the 27th through the 28th, Mercury in Scorpio is also making a sextile to Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn. Sextiles are positive, supportive aspects between two planets. Once again, these more positive, supportive aspects really require initiative from you in order to take advantage of them. So it's not like anything will happen to you magically. Normally, the harder aspects are when things happen to us where we're kind of forced to engage or change or deal with something. But the sextiles, especially, are more just opportunities. So this could be opportunities for, new awarenesses, for motivation to study something in depth, uh, maybe something like a conspiracy theory really piques your interest and you're really curious about what other people are thinking or saying on the internet. And this could be like kind of an investigative project for you, or maybe you're really interested in an ancient religion or um, or culture or something like that. Really good time to have serious conversations, but also like really in-depth conversations about a topic and kind of really nerding out about it. Getting really into kind of uh yeah, really in-depth conversation, I would say. um and it could just pass you by and you wouldn't even notice this aspect. It's not like a huge deal, just kind of a positive time to do some studying, to do some writing if you have to take a test or do any like schoolwork, or um utilize your mind in some way. It's going to be very supportive. You're going to have a lot of focus, which is really good depending on what you're trying to do on this day, or 2 days, I guess I should say. So anyway, that is the astrology for the week, and I would love to hear how it goes for you. So if you feel like commenting, that's how I learn as an astrologer, through your experiences. And otherwise, I'm open for consultations, of course. You can comment in the comment box, um, or email me at consultation@lauragadenic.com. And I will be back next week with another astrology update. All right, have a great week. Bye.